Welcome, English learners. I'm your host, and today we're embarking on an incredible journey that will transform your English speaking abilities forever. This is Learn English Fast with Phone Conversations, your comprehensive guide to mastering daily English through the most practical and effective method possible, real phone conversations. Why phone conversations, you might ask? Think about it. In our modern world, we communicate through phones more than ever before. Whether it's calling a restaurant to make a reservation, speaking with your doctor's office, ordering a taxi, or simply chatting with friends, phone conversations are everywhere. Yet, for many English learners, picking up that phone feels terrifying. That fear ends today. Over the next hour, we'll break down every aspect of phone conversation English into 4 comprehensive parts. By the end of this program, you'll have the confidence, vocabulary, and skills to handle any phone call in English with ease and proficiency. The psychology of phone communication. Let's start with understanding why phone conversations feel so challenging. When we speak face-to-face, we rely heavily on visual cues, facial expressions, hand gestures, body language. These nonverbal communications make up over 55% of our message. But on the phone, all of that disappears. Dr. Sarah Mitchell, a linguistics professor at Cambridge University, explains, phone conversations strip away all visual context, forcing listeners to rely entirely on auditory processing. This creates what we call cognitive load. Your brain works harder to interpret meaning. Exactly. This is why many students who speak English well in person suddenly struggle on the phone. Your brain is working overtime to process unfamiliar accents, background noise, and technical audio quality, while simultaneously trying to understand meaning and formulate responses. But here's the exciting part. Once you master phone English, your overall speaking confidence will skyrocket. It's like training at high altitude. When you come back down to sea level, everything feels easier. Essential phone vocabulary foundation. Before we dive into conversations, let's build your essential phone vocabulary. These aren't just words. They're your tools for navigating any phone interaction successfully. Let's start with the fundamentals. To dial. It means to enter a phone number. I need to dial my doctor's office. To call. The act of making a phone call. I'll call you tomorrow. To ring. The sound the phone makes. The phone is ringing. To answer, to pick up when someone calls. Please answer the phone. To hang up, to end a call. Don't hang up, I'll be right back. To put on hold, to temporarily pause a conversation. Can you please hold for a moment? To transfer, to connect to another person or department. I'll transfer you to customer service. Now, let's practice pronunciation. Repeat after me. I need to dial the number. The phone is ringing. Please don't hang up. Pause for repetition. Vocabulary Section 2. Greeting phrases. Phone greetings are your first impression. They set the tone for the entire conversation. Let's master the most common ones. Formal greetings. Good morning, this is your name speaking. Hello, company name, how may I help you? Thank you for calling business name, this is name. Informal greetings. Hi, this is hello, speaking. When answering, hello, speaking. Hi there. Good afternoon. Practice drill 1. Let's practice these greetings. I'll give you a scenario and you respond with the appropriate greeting. Scenario 1. You're answering your personal cell phone and you don't recognize the number. Suggested response, hello? Scenario 2. You're answering the phone at your workplace. Suggested response, good morning, company name. This is name, how may I help you? Scenario 3. Your friend is calling you. Suggested response: "Hi there," or "Hey, what's up?" Understanding phone etiquette and cultural norms. Phone etiquette varies significantly across cultures, and understanding these nuances is crucial for successful communication in English-speaking environments. Cultural Insight 1. American phone etiquette. In American culture, phone conversations typically follow this structure. 1. Greeting and identification. 2. Purpose statement. 3. Main conversation. 4. Confirmation or summary. 5. Polite closing. Americans value directness, but wrapped in politeness. They'll often start with small talk, but quickly get to the point. Example conversation: "Hi, Sarah, this is Mike from the marketing department. How are you doing today?" "Great, I'm calling about the Johnson project. Do you have a few minutes to discuss the timeline?" Cultural Insight 2. British phone etiquette. British phone etiquette tends to be more formal and indirect. Longer, more formal greetings, more apologetic language, indirect requests, extended pleasantries. Example conversation: "Good afternoon, this is Michael calling from marketing. I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm terribly sorry to bother you, but I was wondering if you might have a moment to chat about the Johnson project, if that's not too much trouble." Cultural Insight 3. Business versus personal calls. The tone, vocabulary, and structure change dramatically between business and personal calls. Business calls are structured and purposeful, formal language, clear agendas, professional tone. Personal calls are relaxed and conversational, informal language, flexible topics, casual tone. Technical aspects and audio challenges. One of the biggest challenges in phone conversations is dealing with poor audio quality, background noise, and technical issues. Let's prepare you for these real-world situations. Common audio problems: static or poor connection, echo or delay, background noise, quiet or loud volume, cutting in and out. Phrases for audio problems: when you can't hear clearly. "I'm sorry, could you repeat that?" "The connection seems poor, could you speak up?" "I'm having trouble hearing you." "Could you speak a bit louder, please?" "Sorry, you're breaking up." When asking others to wait. "Hold on, let me move to a quieter area." "Give me just a second to adjust my volume." "I'm going to switch to speakerphone." When the connection is lost. "I think we got disconnected." "Let me call you right back." "Did I lose you there?" Practice drill 2. Let's simulate some technical difficulties. I'll play various audio scenarios, and you practice using the appropriate phrases. What would you say here? Suggested responses: "I'm sorry, there's a lot of static. Could you repeat that?" "The connection seems poor. Can you hear me clearly?" And here? Suggested responses: "I'm having trouble hearing you. Could you speak up?" "Sorry, could you speak a bit louder?" Chapter 5. Building confidence through preparation. The secret to phone conversation confidence isn't just knowing what to say, it's being prepared for what might happen. Let's build your preparation toolkit. Preparation strategy 1. Conversation mapping. Before any important phone call, create a simple map. Opening. How will you greet and introduce yourself? Purpose. What's the main reason for your call? Key points. What information do you need to share or gather? Questions. What might they ask you? Closing. How will you end the conversation? Example, calling to schedule a doctor's appointment. Good morning, this is name. I'd like to schedule an appointment. Purpose, annual checkup appointment. Key points, preferred dates, times, any specific concerns. Potential questions, insurance information, reason for visit, contact details. Closing. Thank you so much. I'll see you on date at time. Preparation strategy 2, vocabulary lists. Create topic-specific vocabulary lists for common phone scenarios, medical appointments, symptoms, insurance, prescription, appointment, emergency, reschedule. Restaurant reservations, party size, time, special requests, dietary restrictions, confirmation. Customer service, account number, problem description, resolution, supervisor, complaint. Practice scenarios. Regular practice with common scenarios builds muscle memory. Here are 5 scenarios you should practice weekly. Making restaurant reservations, calling in sick to work, customer service complaints, scheduling appointments, social calls with friends. Body language and voice on the phone. Even though you can't be seen during phone calls, your body language significantly affects your voice quality and confidence level. The posture-voice connection. Research shows that standing while talking on the phone makes your voice sound more confident and energetic. Your diaphragm has more room to expand, creating better vocal projection. Try this exercise. Say this sentence sitting down. I'm calling to inquire about your services. Now stand up and say it again. I'm calling to inquire about your services. Notice the difference? Standing creates natural authority in your voice. Facial expressions matter. Smiling while you speak actually changes the tone of your voice. It creates what linguists call vocal smile. Your voice sounds more warm and pleasant. Practice this. Say, "Good morning, how can I help you?" with a neutral expression. Now say it again while smiling. The difference is remarkable, right? Gesture while speaking. Even though no one can see you, gesturing while speaking helps organize your thoughts and makes your speech more natural and fluent. Breathing techniques. Phone anxiety often leads to shallow breathing, which affects voice quality and thinking clarity. The 4-7-8 technique. Before important calls, 1. Breathe in for 4 counts. Hold for 7 counts. Breathe out for 8 counts. Repeat 3 times. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, reducing anxiety and improving focus. Restaurant reservations and food orders. Let's start with one of the most common phone scenarios, dealing with restaurants. This covers reservations, takeout orders, and handling complications. Scenario 1. Making a restaurant reservation. Restaurant. Good evening, Bella Vista Restaurant. This is Maria speaking. How may I help you? You. Good evening. I'd like to make a reservation, please. Restaurant. Of course. What date were you thinking? You. This Saturday evening, around 7:30 if possible. Restaurant. Let me check. Yes, I can do Saturday at 7:30. How many people will be in your party? You. 4 people, please. Restaurant. Perfect. Can I get a name for the reservation? You. Yes, it's under Johnson. Restaurant. Great. Mr. Johnson. Could I get a phone number in case we need to contact you? You. Certainly, it's 555-123-4567. Restaurant. Excellent. So that's a table for 4 on Saturday evening at 7:30 under Johnson. Is there anything else I can help you with today? You. Actually, yes. Do you have many tables available by the window? Restaurant. I'll make a note of that preference, though I can't guarantee it. We'll do our best to accommodate you. You. That's perfect. Thank you so much. Restaurant. Thank you for choosing Bella Vista. We'll see you Saturday. Analysis of this conversation. Notice the structure. 1. Greeting exchange. 2. Purpose statement. I'd like to make a reservation. 3. Information gathering. Date, time, party size. 4. Confirmation details. Name, phone number. 5. Additional requests. Window table. 6. Final confirmation. 7. Polite closing. Key vocabulary for restaurant calls. Essential phrases. I'd like to make a reservation. Do you have any availability? What time slots do you have open? Could I change my reservation? I need to cancel my reservation. Do you have a waiting list? Asking about details. What's your dress code? Do you accommodate dietary restrictions? Do you have vegetarian options? Is there parking available? Do you take credit cards? Now let's practice a more complex scenario. You're calling to make a reservation, but your first choice isn't available. Restaurant. Antonio's Italian Kitchen, this is David. You. Your turn, practice greeting and stating your purpose. Suggested response. Hi, David. I'd like to make a reservation for tonight if possible. Restaurant. I'm sorry, but we're completely booked tonight. Would tomorrow evening work? You. Practice handling the complication. Suggested response. Oh, that's disappointing. What about tomorrow? Do you have anything around 8 p.m.? Ordering takeout. Restaurant. Dragon Garden, takeout and delivery. This is Kim. You. Hi, Kim. I'd like to place a takeout order. Kim. Sure. What can I get for you today? You. I'd like the sweet and sour chicken, please. Kim. What size? Small, medium, or large? You. Medium, please. And could I also get an order of vegetable fried rice? Kim. Of course. Anything else? You. Yes. Could I add some spring rolls? How many come in an order? Kim. Spring rolls come 6 to an order. You. Perfect. I'll take 1 order of those too. Kim. Great. So that's medium sweet and sour chicken, vegetable fried rice, and 6 spring rolls. Your total comes to $24.80. Will this be pickup or delivery? You. Pickup, please. How long will it take? Kim. About 20 minutes. Can I get your name? You. It's Sarah Chen, Chen. Kim. Thanks, Sarah. We'll see you in about 20 minutes. Takeout order vocabulary. Menu items. Appetizers, entrees, sides, desserts. Small, medium, large sizes. Spicy, mild, extra sauce. No onions, extra vegetables. Logistics. pickup versus delivery, payment method, estimated time, special instructions, medical and professional appointments. Medical appointments require specific vocabulary and often involve sensitive information. Let's master this crucial skill. Receptionist. Good morning, Dr. Wilson's office. This is Jennifer speaking. You. Good morning, Jennifer. I'd like to schedule an appointment with Dr. Wilson. Jennifer. Of course. Are you a current patient or would this be your first visit? You. I'm a current patient. My name is Michael Rodriguez. Jennifer. Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Let me pull up your file. What type of appointment do you need? You. Just a routine checkup. It's been about a year since my last visit. Jennifer. I see. Dr. Wilson has an opening next Tuesday at 2:15 p.m. or Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Which works better for you? You. Tuesday at 2:15 would be perfect. Jennifer. Great. I have you scheduled for Tuesday, March 15th at 2:15. Please arrive 15 minutes early to update your paperwork. Do you have any changes to your insurance? You. No changes to my insurance. Should I bring anything specific? Jennifer. Just bring your insurance card and a list of any current medications. Dr. Wilson will want to review those. You. Perfect. Thank you so much. Jennifer. You're welcome. We'll see you Tuesday. Have a great day. Medical appointment vocabulary. Types of appointments. Routine checkup or physical. Follow-up appointment. Consultation. Emergency visit. Specialist referral. Common medical terms. Symptoms, prescription, medication, insurance coverage, co-payment, medical history, allergies, blood pressure, temperature, practice scenario, canceling an appointment. Sometimes you need to cancel or reschedule. Here's how to handle this professionally. You. Hi, this is Jennifer Smith. I have an appointment tomorrow at 3 p.m. with Dr. Wilson, but I need to reschedule. Receptionist. Of course, Miss Smith. Let me find you another time. Is there a particular day that works better? You. Could we do sometime next week? I'm flexible with the time. Receptionist. I have Tuesday at 11 a.m. or Thursday at 4:30 p.m. available. You. Thursday at 4:30 works perfectly. Thank you for being so accommodating. Customer service and problem resolution. Customer service calls can be challenging because they often involve problems or complaints. The key is staying calm, clear, and persistent. Scenario 4. Billing problem. Customer service. Thank you for calling Technophone Customer Service. This is Alex. How can I help you today? You. Hi, Alex. I'm calling about my monthly bill. There seems to be an error. Alex. I'd be happy to help you with that. Can I get your account number or the phone number associated with the account? You. Sure. The phone number is 555-987-6543. Thank you. I see your account here. What specific issue are you seeing with your bill? You. I'm being charged for international calls, but I didn't make any international calls this month. Alex. Let me take a look at your call details. I see several calls to a number starting with +44. That's a UK number. You. That's impossible. I haven't called the UK. Could there be a mistake? Alex. Let me investigate this further. Sometimes there can be technical errors. I'm going to put you on a brief hold while I check with my supervisor, okay? You. That's fine. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. I've reviewed your account and you're absolutely right. This appears to be a billing error. I'm going to remove those charges immediately. You. That's great. Will I see the adjustment on my next bill? Alex. Actually, I can process a credit to your account right now. You should see the $47.50 credit within 24 hours. You. Excellent. Is there anything else I need to do? Alex. Not at all. Is there anything else I can help you with today? You. No, that covers everything. Thank you so much for your help, Alex. Customer service vocabulary. Problem description. There seems to be an error. I'm having trouble with I was charged incorrectly for my service isn't working properly. Asking for help. Could you look into this? What are my options? How can we resolve this? Who can I speak to about expressing satisfaction? That's exactly what I needed. Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate your help. You've been very helpful. Workplace phone etiquette. Professional phone calls at work require a higher level of formality and structure. Let's explore various workplace scenarios. Scenario 5. Transferring a call. You. Good morning, marketing department. This is Lisa speaking. Caller. Hi, I'm trying to reach John Davidson about the Peterson account. You. Mr. Davidson is in a meeting right now. Would you like to leave a message or should I transfer you to his voicemail? Caller. Could I leave a message with you? You. Absolutely. Can I get your name and phone number? Caller. This is Robert Chen from ABC Supply Company. My number is 555-234-5678. You. Thank you, Mr. Chen. What message would you like me to give to Mr. Davidson? Caller. Please tell him the Peterson account samples are ready for pickup and ask him to call me back to arrange a time. You. Perfect. I have that. Mr. Davidson should call you about the Peterson account samples being ready for pickup. I'll make sure he gets this message as soon as his meeting ends. Caller. That's great. When do you think he might call back?
His meeting should end around 2 p.m., so I'd expect him to return your call this afternoon.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your help.
You're very welcome. Have a great day.
Workplace phone vocabulary. Professional greetings. Good morning, department. This is Name. Thank you for calling. Name speaking. How may I help you? Transferring and messages. Let me transfer you to. He is in a meeting. Out of the office. On another call. Would you like to leave a message? I'll make sure they get your message. They should return your call by. Practice drill 4. Let's practice a challenging workplace scenario dealing with an upset client. Upset client. I'm calling because your company completely messed up our order and I want to speak to a manager immediately. Your response options. 1. Acknowledge. I understand you're frustrated about your order. 2. Empathize. I can imagine how inconvenient this must be. 3. Take action. Let me connect you with my supervisor right away. Combined response? I understand you're frustrated about your order, and I can imagine how inconvenient this must be. Let me connect you with my supervisor right away so we can get this resolved for you. Social and personal calls. Not all phone conversations are business-related. Let's master casual, friendly phone calls with friends and family. Scenario 6. Casual call with a friend. Relaxed, friendly tone. Hey, Tom, what's up? Hi, Sarah. Not much. Just got home from work. How was your day? Pretty good. Listen, I was wondering, are you free this Saturday evening? I think so. What did you have in mind? My company is having this barbecue party, and I can bring a guest. Interested? That sounds fun. What time? It starts at 6 p.m. It's at Riverside Park, and they're providing all the food. Perfect. Should I bring anything? Nah, just bring yourself. Oh, and maybe a jacket. It might get cool in the evening. Sounds great. Should I meet you there, or do you want to pick me up? I can pick you up around 5:45. Does that work? Perfect. Thanks for thinking of me. Of course. It'll be fun. I'll see you Saturday. Social conversation features. Relaxed language. I'll, your, it's, don't, can't. Friend-to-friend vocabulary. What's up? How's it going? Sounds awesome. That's cool. No worries. No problem. Catch up later. Talk soon. Emotional expressions. Excitement. That's amazing. I'm so excited. Disappointment. Oh no. That's too bad. Surprise. Really? No way. Seriously? Advanced phone conversation techniques. Welcome to part 3. Now we're moving into advanced territory. You've mastered the basics and common scenarios. It's time to develop sophisticated phone conversation skills that will make you sound truly fluent and confident. Handling complex conversations and negotiations. Advanced phone conversations often involve multiple topics, complex information, and even negotiations. These require superior listening skills and strategic communication. Complex business negotiation. Good afternoon, Mr. Patterson. Thank you for taking my call. Of course, Jennifer. I understand you wanted to discuss the contract terms for the Richardson project? That's correct. We've reviewed your proposal, and while we're very interested, we have some concerns about the timeline and budget allocation. I see. What specific areas are problematic for you? Well, the 6-month timeline seems quite aggressive given the scope of work. Our team estimates we'd need at least 8 months to deliver the quality you're expecting. 8 months. That would push us past our fiscal year deadline. What if we could break the project into phases? That's an interesting approach. Could you elaborate on how you envision the phases? We could do phase 1 in 4 months, the core development, then phase 2 in the following 4 months for testing and implementation. That could work, but we'd need to adjust the payment structure accordingly. Currently, you're proposing 50% up front and 50% on completion. What would you suggest? How about 30% up front, 40% at phase 1 completion, and 30% at final completion? This would help with our cash flow and reduce your risk. Let me think about that. The finance team prefers fewer payment points, but I understand your position. What if we did 35% up front, 35% at phase 1, and 30% final? That sounds reasonable. Could we also build in a 10% contingency buffer for each phase in case of scope changes? A 10% buffer? That's significant. Could we cap it at 5% per phase with your approval required for any contingency use? 5% with approval requirements? I think we can work with that. Should I draft a revised proposal with these terms? Yes, please send that over by Friday, and we can review it with our legal team next week. Perfect. I'll have the revised proposal to you by Thursday afternoon. This gives us a great framework to move forward.
Analysis of negotiation techniques. 1. Strategic questioning. Could you elaborate on? What if we? How would you envision? 2. Problem-solving language. That's an interesting approach. I understand your position. Let me think about that.
3. Compromise indicators. That could work, but what if I think we can work with that. Advanced negotiation vocabulary. Making proposals. What if we approached it differently? Here's what I'm thinking. Would you be open to? How about we expressing flexibility? I'm willing to consider there might be some room for we could potentially let's explore options for setting boundaries. Our maximum would be we can't go below. That's outside our parameters. We'd need to see crisis communication and difficult conversations. Sometimes phone calls involve delivering bad news, handling emergencies, or managing conflicts. These situations require emotional intelligence and careful language choices. Delivering bad news professionally. You. Good morning, Miss Rodriguez. I'm calling about the Henderson wedding scheduled for next Saturday. Oh, yes. I'm so excited about that event. Is everything on track? Actually, that's why I'm calling. I'm afraid we've encountered an unexpected problem that I need to discuss with you. Oh no, what happened? Our main venue had a water pipe burst yesterday, causing significant damage to the ballroom. Unfortunately, it won't be ready for Saturday. What? But the wedding is in 5 days. What are we supposed to do? I completely understand your concern, and I want you to know we're treating this as our top priority. We've already identified 2 alternative solutions. What are the alternatives? Option 1, we have our sister location, which is equally beautiful but has a slightly different layout. We can transfer everything there at no additional cost. What's option 2? Option 2, we can move the entire event to our covered garden pavilion. It's actually quite stunning for outdoor ceremonies, and given the weather forecasts, it would be perfect. I need to discuss this with my daughter. This is her wedding we're talking about. Absolutely. I understand this is a major decision. Would it help if I sent you photos of both alternative venues? You could also come by this afternoon to see them in person. Yes, that would help. And what about compensation for this inconvenience? We're prepared to offer a 20% discount on your total package, plus we'll upgrade your floral arrangements at no charge. Okay, let me see the alternatives first. Can you email those photos within the hour? I'll have them to you in 30 minutes, along with my direct phone number. You can reach me anytime today or tomorrow with questions. Crisis communication techniques. Immediate acknowledgement. I need to discuss a problem. We've encountered an unexpected situation. I'm calling about a concern. 2. Empathy and understanding. I completely understand your concern. I know this is frustrating. This is clearly not what you expected. 3. Solution-focused approach. We've already identified solutions. Here are your options. We're treating this as top priority. 4. Compensation and remediation. What can we do to make this right? We're prepared to offer. How can we compensate for this inconvenience? Difficult conversation vocabulary. Delivering bad news. I'm afraid I have some difficult news. Unfortunately, we've encountered. I need to inform you about. There's been an unexpected development. Managing emotions. I understand this is upsetting. Your frustration is completely justified. I can hear how disappointed you are. Let's work through this together. Practice Drill 5. Emergency Response.
Let's practice handling an emergency call where you need to remain calm and gather information quickly. Emergency scenario. You work at a hotel and a guest calls about a medical emergency. Guest. Help! I need help! My husband collapsed in our room. Your response strategy. 1. Stay calm. I'm here to help. What's your room number? 2. Gather key information. Is he conscious? Is he breathing? 3. Take immediate action. I'm calling emergency services right now. 4. Provide reassurance. Help is on the way. I'm staying on the line with you. Multi-party conference calls. Conference calls add complexity because you're managing multiple speakers, potential technical issues, and group dynamics. Scenario 9. Leading a conference call. You. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining today's project update call. I'm Jennifer Martinez, the project manager. Let me start by taking attendance. We have Sarah from marketing, correct? Yes, I'm here. Great. Tom from development? Present. And Lisa from customer service? I'm here, but I'm having some audio issues. Can everyone hear me clearly? We can hear you fine, Lisa. If the audio gets worse, you can try calling back. Now let's begin with our agenda. First item is the product launch timeline. Sarah, could you give us an update on the marketing campaign?
Certainly. We've completed the initial market research and the results are very positive. We're on track to launch the social media campaign next Monday. Sarah, sorry to interrupt, but what about the technical specifications document? Marketing will need that for the campaign. Good point, Tom. What's the status on the technical documentation? It's 90% complete. I can have the final version to marketing by tomorrow afternoon. That works perfectly. We can incorporate those details into our press release. I have a question about customer support preparation. When should we start training our team on the new product features? Excellent question, Lisa. Tom, when would be the best time to schedule training sessions? How about next Wednesday? The product will be in beta testing by then, so the support team can get hands-on experience. Wednesday works for us. Should I coordinate with your team directly? Yes, I'll have my lead developer, Mike, reach out to you by Friday to set up the training schedule. Perfect. Let me summarize our action items. Tom will deliver technical specs to Sarah by tomorrow afternoon. Lisa will coordinate with Mike for Wednesday training. Sarah will incorporate tech specs into the press release. Does anyone have questions about their assignments? No questions here. All clear. Sounds good. Excellent. Our next call is scheduled for Friday at the same time. I'll send meeting notes and action items within the hour. Thank you, everyone. Conference call leadership techniques. 1. Strong opening. Take attendance, review agenda, set expectations. 2. Traffic control. Let's hear from Sarah first. Tom, what's your perspective? Before we move on. 3. Clear summarization. Let me summarize our decisions. Here are our action items. To confirm. Conference call vocabulary. Managing participation. Let's hear from everyone on this. Sarah, what are your thoughts? Does anyone have questions? Let's go around the room. Keeping on track. Let's table that for now. We're running short on time. Let's focus on the main issue. Can we return to the agenda? Technical management. Is everyone still there? Can you hear me clearly? You might be on mute. Let me call you back. International and cross-cultural phone communication. When speaking with people from different cultural backgrounds, awareness of communication styles becomes crucial. Scenario 10. International business call. Good morning, Mr. Tanaka. This is Jennifer from Global Solutions in New York. Good afternoon, Miss Jennifer.
Thank you very much for calling. I hope you are well. Thank you. I'm doing very well. I hope I'm not calling at an inconvenient time. Not at all. This time is very good for me. How may I be of assistance to you today? I'm calling to follow up on the proposal we sent last week regarding the Tokyo market expansion. Have you had a chance to review it? Yes, we have reviewed your proposal very carefully. It is quite comprehensive and shows much consideration. I'm pleased to hear that. Do you have any initial thoughts or questions about our approach? We find many positive aspects in your proposal. However, we would like to discuss some details with our senior management team before making any decisions. Of course, that's completely understandable. What time frame are you considering for this internal review? We would need approximately 2 weeks for proper consultation. Would it be possible to schedule another discussion after that time? 2 weeks is perfectly reasonable. Should I follow up with you, or would you prefer to contact me when you're ready? If it would not be too much trouble, perhaps you could contact me again in 2 weeks' time. I'd be happy to do that. I'll call you on the same day 2 weeks from today. Would this time of day work well for you? Yes, this time is very convenient. Thank you very much for your patience and understanding. Thank you for your consideration, Mr. Tanaka. I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Cross-cultural communication features: formal politeness, extended greetings, concern for convenience, respectful language choices, patient pacing. Indirect communication: we find positive aspects instead of we like it. We would like to discuss instead of we have concerns. If it would not be too much trouble, instead of please call me. Advanced listening and comprehension techniques. At advanced levels, you need strategies for understanding accents, managing information overload, and catching subtle meanings. Listening strategy 1: accent adaptation. When encountering unfamiliar accents, use these techniques. 1. Focus on content words. Nouns, verbs, adjectives carry the most meaning. 2. Listen for context clues. Surrounding information helps clarify unclear words. 3. Ask for clarification strategically. Could you repeat the part about the timeline? 4. Confirm understanding. So you're saying the deadline is March 15th. Listening strategy 2. Information management. For information-heavy calls: 1. Take structured notes. Use bullet points, not sentences. 2. Repeat key information. Let me confirm those numbers. 3. Ask for a written follow-up. Could you email me those details? 4. Summarize regularly. So far, we've covered 3 main points.
Persuasion and influence techniques. Advanced phone conversations often require persuading others or influencing decisions. Persuasion technique 1. The Benjamin Franklin effect. Ask for small favors to build rapport. Could you help me understand your main concern? Would you mind explaining your decision process? Could you share your perspective on this? Persuasion technique 2. Social proof. Reference similar situations or clients. Other companies in your industry have found. Most of our clients prefer. The standard approach in these situations. Persuasion technique 3. Scarcity and urgency. Create appropriate time pressure. This offer expires on Friday. We only have 2 spots remaining. The early bird pricing ends tomorrow. Scenario 11. Persuasive sales call. Good afternoon, Mr. Chen. I'm calling because our mutual colleague, Sarah Johnson, thought our new
efficiency software might be valuable for your operations. Oh, Sarah mentioned something about that. But honestly, we're not looking to change software systems right now. I completely understand that position. Most companies are hesitant about system changes. Could you help me understand what's working well with your current system? Well, it does the basic job, but our team spends a lot of time on manual data entry. That's exactly what Sarah mentioned. She said your team is incredibly skilled, but might benefit from more automation. What if I could show you how companies similar to yours have reduced data entry by 70%? 70%? That seems too good to be true. I thought the same thing initially, but I have 3 clients in your industry who've achieved exactly those results. Would it be worth a 15-minute demonstration to see if this could work for your team? I suppose 15 minutes wouldn't hurt. When were you thinking? I have a slot tomorrow at 3 p.m. or Friday at 10 a.m. The Friday slot is actually better because I could show you our newest features that launch next week. Let's do Friday at 10 a.m. Persuasive vocabulary. Building credibility. Our mutual colleague suggested. Companies like yours have found. Industry research shows. Our track record demonstrates. Overcoming objections. I understand that concern. Most people feel that way initially. That's a common question. Let me address that directly. Mastery and real-world application. Welcome to the final part of our comprehensive phone conversation training. You've built strong foundations, mastered common scenarios, and developed advanced techniques. Now it's time to integrate everything into real-world mastery. Developing your personal phone communication style. Every fluent English speaker develops their own distinctive communication style. Let's help you discover and refine yours while maintaining professional effectiveness. Communication style assessment. Are you naturally more direct or diplomatic? Formal or casual? Detail-oriented or big picture focused? Analytical or intuitive? Understanding your natural tendencies helps you adapt appropriately to different situations while staying authentic. Scenario 12. Style adaptation in action. Let's see how different communication styles handle the same situation. Situation. A client calls to complain about a delayed delivery. Direct response. I understand you're frustrated about the delay. Here's exactly what happened and how we're fixing it. The shipment was delayed due to weather, but it's now on track for delivery tomorrow morning. I'll personally monitor this and call you with updates. Diplomatic response. I sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this delay may have caused. I'd like to look into this matter immediately and find the best solution for you. Would it be helpful if I investigated the cause and provided you with a detailed explanation along with our action plan? Casual response. Oh no, that's definitely not what we wanted to happen. Let me dig into this right away and figure out what went wrong. I'll make sure to keep you in the loop every step of the way until we get this sorted out. Formal response. Please accept my apologies for this delivery delay. I would be pleased to investigate this matter thoroughly and provide you with a comprehensive status update within the hour. May I suggest scheduling a follow-up call to ensure your complete satisfaction?
Finding your authentic voice. Your most effective phone communication style combines 1. Your natural personality. 2.
situational appropriateness. 3. Cultural sensitivity. 4. Professional requirements. Practice exercise. Record yourself having a practice phone conversation in your native language, then in English. Notice. How does your voice change? What gestures do you use naturally? How does your pacing differ? What expressions feel most authentic? Advanced problem solving and crisis management. At the mastery level, you'll encounter complex situations that require creativity, patience, and sophisticated communication skills. Scenario 13. Complex multi-party problem. You. Good morning. This is Jennifer calling from Central Events. I have Mr. Williams from the Hampton Hotel and Miss Chan from Deluxe Catering on the line. We need to resolve the scheduling conflict for the Morrison wedding this Saturday. Yes, hello everyone. The issue is that the hotel ballroom has a plumbing emergency and we can't use that space. And I've already prepared food for 200 guests based on the hotel's kitchen specifications. My equipment is set up specifically for that venue. I understand this creates challenges for everyone. Let's explore solutions that work for all parties. Mr. Williams, what alternative spaces do you have available? We have the garden pavilion, but it doesn't have the same kitchen access. The garden pavilion would require me to completely change my menu and bring in different equipment. That's additional costs and complexity. Miss Chan, what would you need to make the garden pavilion work? I'd need access to electrical hookups for my mobile kitchen unit, and I'd have to switch to a buffet-style service instead of plated meals. Mr. Williams, can the garden pavilion accommodate electrical needs and a mobile kitchen setup? Yes, we have electrical access and there's space for a mobile unit. The pavilion is actually quite beautiful for outdoor events. Here's what I'm thinking. Mr. Williams, could you waive the venue change fee given the emergency circumstances? Miss Chan, what would your additional costs be for the mobile setup? The mobile setup would add about $500 to the total. I can waive our change fee and provide the electrical hookups at no charge. Excellent. I'll absorb the $500 mobile kitchen cost from our event planning fee. The clients get a beautiful outdoor wedding, Miss Chan gets her full payment, and Mr. Williams maintains his relationship with the client. Does this work for everyone? That's very reasonable. Miss Chan, I can work with that solution. Perfect. I'll call the clients now to explain the change and the upgraded outdoor setting. Miss Chan, can you confirm the modified menu by 2 p.m.? Mr. Williams, I'll need the pavilion setup details for our decorating team. Complex problem-solving techniques. 1. Stakeholder management. Include all affected parties. Understand each party's constraints. Find win-win solutions. 2. Creative thinking. What if we approach this differently? What options haven't we considered? How can we turn this challenge into an opportunity? 3. Cost-benefit negotiation. Who bears which cost? What's the value exchange? How do we share the impact? Building long-term phone conversation confidence. Mastery isn't just about handling individual calls well. It's about building sustainable confidence and continuous improvement. Confidence building strategy 1. Progressive challenge ladder. Create a personal development ladder. Level 1, comfortable scenarios. Ordering food, making appointments. Level 2, professional scenarios. Work calls, customer service. Level 3, complex scenarios. Negotiations, complaints. Level 4, high-stakes scenarios. Job interviews, important business deals. Level 5, crisis scenarios. Emergencies, conflicts. Move up only when you're completely comfortable at your current level. Confidence building strategy 2. Success anchoring. After each successful phone call, identify what went well. I handled that objection perfectly. Recognize your growth. 6 months ago, this call would have terrified me. Store the success.
I can reference this success in future challenging calls. Scenario 14. Job interview by phone. Interviewer. Good afternoon. This is Robert Kim from Technosoft Solutions. Am I speaking with Jennifer Martinez? Yes, this is Jennifer. Good afternoon, Mr. Kim. Thank you for scheduling this interview. My pleasure. I've reviewed your resume and I'm impressed with your background. Let's start with you telling me about your current role and why you're interested in making a change. Certainly. I'm currently a senior marketing coordinator at Digital Dynamics, where I've been for 3 years. I've really enjoyed developing integrated marketing campaigns and have had success increasing our client engagement by 40% over the past 2 years. However, I'm looking for an opportunity to take on more strategic responsibility and work with a team that's pushing innovative boundaries in the tech space.
That's interesting. Can you give me a specific example of a campaign that you led and the results you achieved? Absolutely. Last year, I spearheaded our launch campaign for a new productivity app. I developed a multi-channel approach, including social media, influencer partnerships, and targeted digital advertising. The challenge was that we had a limited budget, only $50,000, but needed to reach a very specific demographic of busy professionals. I focused on LinkedIn and created a series of short video testimonials from beta users. The campaign generated 15,000 qualified leads and contributed to exceeding our first quarter sales goals by 25%. Impressive results with a constrained budget. How do you handle working with cross-functional teams, especially when there are conflicting priorities? Great question. I found that early communication and establishing shared goals are key. For example, when our sales team wanted to focus on immediate lead generation while our product team preferred brand awareness building, I organized a joint planning session where we mapped out how both objectives could support each other. We created a campaign strategy that generated immediate leads through targeted promotions while building long-term brand recognition through thought leadership content. Both teams felt their priorities were addressed. That demonstrates strong collaborative skills. What questions do you have about our company or this position? I'm particularly interested in your company's approach to innovation. I've read about your recent expansion into AI-driven marketing tools. How does this team contribute to product development, and what opportunities would there be for someone in this role to influence product direction? That's an excellent question and shows you've done your homework. Our marketing team works closely with product development. Remember, phone conversation mastery is not a destination. It's a journey of continuous improvement. Every call is an opportunity to refine your skills, build confidence, and connect more effectively with others. You now have the tools, techniques, and knowledge to excel in any phone conversation in English. The confidence you've built will extend beyond phone calls into all areas of your English communication. Thank you for joining me on this comprehensive phone conversation mastery journey. Now, go forth and communicate with confidence.